This video isn't to entertain you, it's to ask for your support. I want you to picture someone vulnerable that you love, someone in a care home who's housebound or struggling with dementia, and ask yourself, if an emergency happened right now, do you know what their wishes would be? Do other family members know? Does their GP know? Do their carers know? Does the ambulance service know? Do they have an expert-driven emergency healthcare plan in place to protect them and give them a voice? The answer for almost everyone is no, and I've seen professionally and personally the results of that can be devastating. I'm Dr. Matthew Gloudeman, the founder of My Emergency Plan, a new service dedicated to protecting and giving a voice to these vulnerable patients. During medical school, my wife's mom died of an aggressive brain tumor. Despite being training doctors, we didn't know how to navigate emergency situations in her vulnerable state. We just had to make a series of split-second decisions with overwhelming stress and anxiety. Shortly thereafter, I started my career in the NHS, and I loved what I did. I was passionate about my work. I got to learn from some of the most incredible mentors in 8 key specialties, from acute medicine to palliative care. Such a rare depth and breadth of clinical experience that there's less than 100 of the nearly 400,000 UK registered doctors that have that type of experience that I possess. A full circle view of the NHS. But I kept noticing the same gaps. Patients and families like mine getting treatments and investigations they otherwise wouldn't have wanted, going in and out of hospital. So I started to do something about it. Putting in detailed, expert-driven emergency healthcare plans, refining a model over the last 7 years. And recent second cycle audit data shows really promising results. 23 patients and 51 potential admissions, there was a 72.5% reduction in hospital admissions. That's 2 to 3 times better than any existing model to reduce hospital admissions in the UK or abroad that I'm aware of. But it's not just that. This gave a voice. It protected and gave clarity to patients and their families in the most critical moments. But in order to understand the solution, you need to know the problem. I've seen and interacted with thousands of vulnerable patients over the last 2 years in my clinical role, looking at a wide geographical area. So I embarked on a next audit to highlight this problem. And the results were devastating. No patients of the 71 vulnerable that I reviewed over a 72-hour period had a robust plan like I put in place. Only 3 patients out of 71 had even a somewhat actionable plan, and of those plans, they were either out of date, raised some potentially serious legal and ethical concerns, or weren't discussed with the patient's family members. And the dementia subgroup are most vulnerable of that group. The ones that need the voice. 13 of 38 didn't even have a plan. Of the ones that did, 84% had legal and ethical concerns that were raised, potentially because of the plans that were put in place for them and the documentation in their notes. This was devastating for me. And there's over 2 million vulnerable patients in the UK right now that need my help. So if this resonates with you, please share this with someone else. Make a comment, subscribe to the channel, share it with a care home operator who wants to do a pilot, who's innovative and a leader in that space. Share it with a journalist who wants to spread the message. Share it with an NHS leader so that they can get involved. I'm publishing 2 papers tomorrow morning. One with a foreword from one of the leading palliative care consultants in the country, Professor Max Watson, and another one highlighting this audit work that I've done. A live clinical audit, the first of its kind that I'm aware of. Thank you for your support.